it's not the first time that we've done it. No. And it's not something that I say, hey, this is mandatory. I just put it out there. You guys want to come over for dinner? You know, we don't have practice. You know, you guys, you want to stay home and do your own thing? You want to come over? It's up to you. So they said, yeah, you know, we usually have the team over, you know, but things being what they've been, we just haven't had a chance to do it, to get together. So figure it's an off day. I know there's tremendous interest in this particular election, but I still remember Renee Montgomery's team, Renee and Tina and Maya and that crew being at my house in 2008. That was pretty amazing for the election. And you know, it's an opportunity also to make them feel part of the process, you know, to make them feel part of the process, to sit there and experience what it feels like to have an investment, that they've invested a part of themselves in this election, and to not just, you know, wake up the next morning and go, yeah, I wonder who won. You know, I think being connected in some way to what's going on. And for a lot of people this year, this one is more emotional. This one is fraught with a tremendous amount of intensity, anxiety. There's a lot of anger on both sides. There's a lot of mistrust. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot out there that generally isn't attached to elections, but this one has them all, and they've all invested a piece of themselves into this, and I want them to experience that feeling, what it feels like when you give yourself to something. Well, I've kind of experienced all of it from, you know, from being a kid who's not a citizen, who even when I turned 18, not being a citizen, I couldn't vote. And becoming a political science major because I was fascinated by the process of how governments work, to becoming a citizen, living through the 60s, experiencing, you know, my mother becoming a citizen, even though, you know, she can't read, she can't write, but she's a great American, you know. And to be honest, I've never felt anything like I'm seeing and I'm feeling in today's world. Never. Not ever, any time in my life have I been so disgusted with so much of what I see happening in the country. And you know, the pandemic is one of the least of our problems. There's a cure for the pandemic. It's out there. It's coming. I'm not sure there's a cure for some of the other stuff going on in this country. You can't make a vaccine for some of the nonsense that's been going on in this country. You can't. There isn't a vaccine for that. The only thing you have for that is your vote. That's it. There's no vaccine. No one can inoculate you from the stuff that's been happening in this country, the things that are being said, the way people are treating each other.
Definitely. It's very important to me because my grandmother went doorstep to doorstep to try to get people to vote back in the day. So I feel like it's my duty to vote. And so that's very important to me. So yes, this is my first time voting.
Yeah, I voted by absentee ballot too. Yeah, it was really big for me. I just turned 18 last year, so it's my first year I could vote. It was really big for me to use my platform and use the social media image that I have to try to get people to vote. And I can't ask other people to do it if I don't do it myself. So getting out there and voting was really big for me. And just we can talk about change all we want, but until we take steps toward action, it's not going to mean anything. So it was really big for all of us to use our voice and vote.
It's just the most anger I've ever felt in my life about anything has been what's going on in the world, in our world right now, in this world right now, in America especially. And as someone who I think we as coaches or teachers or whatever, we're always trying to tell people, hey, listen, try to do the right thing. You know, try to do the right thing. We don't always do. I mean, trust me, I'm as guilty of anybody. I mean, look, politicians lie. It's just par for the course. You know, you take a course in that when you decide to become a politician, how to be a tremendous liar. So I'm not surprised by that, but man, never in my life have I seen anything like this. I feel for my grandkids. I really do. The easiest thing that people do when there's a crisis of conscience is they come up with slogans. They come up with catchy sayings. They come up with logos. They come up with T-shirts. You know, it seems like one giant Forrest Gump movie, you know, where, you know, hey, let's come up with an iconic saying, whatever it is. Okay, I did my part. Let me put a sign up on my lawn. I did my part. I did my part. That's as good as all the thoughts and prayers are with the victims coming from Washington, D.C. whenever some crazy person, and I don't mean mentally ill person, I mean someone who's got to be deranged, takes a gun and shoots a bunch of school kids. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. That sounds good. It'll be in the headlines. But when it comes time to vote for any kind of meaningful reform, nah, I'm not going there. But it sounds good. And if I wear a T-shirt, that means I support it. But when it comes time to vote, nah, I'm not going there. Look, I put the sign up on my lawn. Come on, leave me alone. I did my part. But come Tuesday, nah, I'm not going there. No. See, because there's the outward me that shows you I support change in this country, but the inward me, for a lot of people, when I go vote, nah, not really. Not really. Because if it was true, we wouldn't need signs. We wouldn't need T-shirts. We wouldn't need catchy slogans. We wouldn't need any of that. We wouldn't need buttons. We wouldn't need patches on our jersey. So yeah, all these things are great. Don't get me wrong. But you know what they all are? They're symbols of what? I care. I want to do my part. Okay. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. How'd that work out for him? So now everybody takes the knee. How's that working out? How many white policemen did it stop taking a knee? Huh? But it looked good. So everybody's doing these great things to show their support. But guess what? Your support comes Tuesday. Tuesday. No slogans, no buttons, no T-shirts, no signs on your lawn. Just show up Tuesday and do the right thing.